Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, great to see you guys. Looking forward to study a bit of governance. Any news from you guys? All good?
All good, my side.
You're still in Lisbon and planning to stay?
Yes. I'm living in Benfica now.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And cool. Last, are you just coming by for the event and you're staying over? I imagine, no?
Well,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like on the day in Lisbon?
Are you sleeping over to?
I mean, I have three options. Either I stay over, or I do an all nighter where I wait for the train to come, which I did and last year, but or was it this year? I think it was, which is not very fun. And I could also just go back at night. I think it's going to be one of the first. So either I stay somewhere, or I just stay up all night and wait for the train to come.
Yeah.
It's not that bad actually, because the Santa Apollonia station, they actually open earlier than what it says, and when I did this last time, I was this train was actually there on the train tracks.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that happens.
Yeah, and
If it's
I
sleeping.
went inside and slept, and
Oh,
yeah.
I used to live in London for 3 years back, almost 10 years ago,
I'm
and
sorry for you.
that happened to me. Yeah, it was fun for the age I had at the time and all that, but overall, it was tiring. Sometimes I also missed the train and had to sleep over in Houston, in central London, or take like a 3-hour walk around the city, wandering. But yeah. At least you're coming down for a good reason and you're going to catch up with everyone, right?
Yeah.
So let's jump in. You might have noticed I have Firefly's note taker.
Is it doing like some AI thing?
It is
It's
AI.
it's like governance surveillance.
Well, yeah, very likely. It's all
Well, this is
feeding
what we're
back.
going to talk about.
Yeah,
Governance.
yeah. Do you want to start? Well, I'm just opening up screens and everything. And welcome to Marco, by the way, fellow Portuguese. Are you back in Portugal, Marco?
Hey, yeah. Science Day January this year. So I think I told you before, right?
Doing what? Sorry.
Science January, I arrived in Portugal.
Oh,
So
since January.
And I think I told you that, a few months ago.
Yeah, I've been running around a lot.
Yeah, I know. I'm quite following you, and
have you
I got some stuff.
have you considered coming down to Lisbon to meet us?
Yeah, I mean, one day I should do it. Actually, my sister lives in Sintra. I mean, and I should go one of these days, one of the events that.
This call is about an event that's going to happen 2 weeks from now, right? Where you should come.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Let's see.
Okay. Basically, just a recap for Marco. Cardano has hard forked into the first of two, engage or activations of governance, and Laz is very happy about it. And so now we are about to, like I said, activate the possibility for people to just do the full on-chain governance, where someone writes a proposal, almost like a pseudonymous person, submits it to the chain, everyone that holds ADA votes on it, and then if it's enacted after an epoch or two, it goes ahead, no questions asked. So were you aware of this, or have you been?
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah. Don't forget that I am SPO, so
Okay.
I'm
Sorry.
following that things, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So I think Lars was wanting to set the mood for the governance discussion overall. You're talking about AIs and I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean, Pedro?
You were just going around like talking about how AI goes to plugs into governance, and I don't know if you're making a joke or if you actually have a thought around that.
No, I don't. I don't think. I don't see any. I mean, you could do something where people use it to choose how they interact with Cardano governance, but I don't think there's any good way of making it part of Cardano governance the way it is right now. Like, there's some very crazy things you could do
Hmm.
that aren't
So you're
feasible
talking
right
about
now.
AI, right?
Yeah, like there's
Yeah.
some crazy things you could do. Like if you were very crazy and if things were more performant, you could literally take, Llama 400, was it 5 billion parameters? Million for, or, I mean, we all Europeans, so million and billions. And you could literally, make that the governance.
I'm not sure I
It would be
follow.
like you could make Llama the dictator. It chooses the way Cardano goes. Like you submit a change request to, I mean, Cardano, like how the blockchain should change, and Llama says yes or no. I mean, this is this is not a good idea now because it's way too stupid.
What
But
is
it did
llama?
it,
Sorry, maybe I'm lost a bit there.
Llama. What do you mean?
You guys know Sebastian, Marco?
You mean Defi Llama?
Wait, what do you mean Llama? The Meta AI thing, the model.
Oh, no, I wasn't aware.
You didn't what? Where have you been for the last
So,
year or so?
so what you're saying is like it's one of the models that some AI applications are using. Yeah, I think what you mean.
It's like the most popular open weights one, Llama.
Yeah.
How do you not know? What? The funny thing is, I think the big version of it is actually illegal in Europe.
Hmm. Okay. Um, that's interesting, but like you said, it's a bit far fetched. So I was just maybe I thought you were going to take it and talk about
No, I don't think there's anything practical right now.
HGIX or that kind of thing because it's already sort of plugged into Cardano. But
What
let's
is AGIX?
this the AI community we have in Cardano. You don't know about it?
Yeah, I don't know about that. No.
Just go to Tap Tools and see the coin that's with more value.
I mean, I honestly think a lot of blockchain AI stuff. It's just, I mean, it's interesting, but it's way too early. Oh, is it Singularity Net?
Yes, yeah. Sorry, I'm
Yeah, of
old.
course I know about Singularity
Yeah,
Net.
sorry.
Um, yeah, I think it's just too early for AI stuff. So, I mean, blockchain is also too early, but I mean, yeah.
Okay.
What's the agenda for this meeting?
Right. Let's take a look at. Sorry. Overall, the agenda is for us to bring topics. Were you not on the warm up that we did like last week?
No, I don't
No.
think I was
Okay.
because I was busy. I'm sorry.
Sure. That's great. That's fine.
I'm very sorry. Please forgive me.
No. By the way, thanks for coming by because I've promoted this only like in under 24 hours, and so although we had run a survey of availabilities, I should have been a bit more early with the decision. So I just shared the link for this Luma event on the chat for Marco. Join us, come down to Lisbon, spend the day. Laz is going to be spending his night in Santa Polonia, sleeping. You can have drinks, and I'm kidding. Yeah, we have this event. There's a lot of details here, especially after you sign up. I was just adding one more, what do they call it, post inside it. And so for today, for example, we could have a quick review of what was just shared with participants, with people that signed up. So as a recap from the survey that we ran, this was the decided topic set. So constitutional committee and separation of powers. And you can click there. It will take you, just this crafty link I made, to take you to the Google Doc. So constitutional committee and separation of powers, as you saw there, are the last two sections. So if we jump to this one, yeah, so this is basically what we're going to be covering on that workshop throughout the day. It's going to be a dynamic of The facilitator, remote, Robin, is going to introduce the topic, and we're going to be given a bit of time for each question. The cycle is going to be, for each question, we're going to think a bit to ourselves, like 5 minutes or a little more or a little less. And then we share with 2 by 2 people, like to share with a partner ideas, and then 4 in groups of 4, and then each group of 4 shares with the room. I'm not sure if you've heard this already, but it's going to be the regular cycle that we're going to go over for each question. And then there's going to be an online tool, a bit like, I don't know, Trello or something, like a survey type form kind of thing, where you're going to be asked to respond to each question or to fill in some text. So yeah, so that's basically what I can share in terms of have a look at it, and it's what I can share in terms of orientation to this document. Okay, later I'm gonna try to warm up and try the tool, the survey tool they're gonna use. We're also gonna have a voting in the end of the day. I need to warm up, and I'm gonna be facilitating that part. But yeah, sorry, just to zoom out and contextualize a bit. Lars was asking what's the agenda. So I'm just going to fly over everything that's on this update that I just shared with you guys. And then we also have this Miro board that I can share even locally. Can edit. Here we go. Copy team. So if you want, if you're on your laptop, you can jump on the board and start zooming into small parts of it, and especially add your questions and topics here. So I already have Sebastian moving down there, and yeah, we have already some links there that we can take a look at. But the agenda for the call overall is to go over updates that we've been releasing for in anticipation of the event, and to just have open discussion on governance in general, governance of Cardano, the structure and the content of the Constitution. Okay. Moving on with this, there's something that I hadn't shared before, and it's the participant packet. It has these sections. So the roadmap in terms of governance and constitution, what to expect of the workshop, and print materials that pre-reads that you will need. We're actually thinking of creating a nice print of the Constitution. So I'm going to need to get back to you guys next week about, do we have that, or are you advised to bring it? But we'll probably find a solution. And yeah, this is the final part of the day, like I said, which is electing between the people that are in Lisbon in that room that day. I'm going to hand out some like a voting code for each, so that each person is 1 vote. And we're going to try to elect 1 or 2 people to fly down to Argentina for the global ratification of the Cardano Constitution. Like I said on the previous call, and I still not 100% sure, but I said here both will go to Argentina. I need to caveat that because I need to confirm it, but that was my understanding when I wrote that part there. So this is where we are with the participant packet. And which one is it? Yeah, this one. So I'm just going to fly over it, and I invite you to take a look. I'm actually going to drop the link for this specific one on the chat. I'm going to fast forward a bit because I actually want to have a discussion, so we can review this more asynchronously, and I want to have open topics and jump back and forth. Yeah, it's not a very long document, as you can see. Okay, so I'll review these, and I'll try to get them printed for you guys, especially the questions, because we're going to work from them. Any questions? Can I move on?
Yes.
Okay, cheers. So that's it. Then warm-up calls, that's where we are. Today is Tuesday the 10th. It's 6:45, so here we are. And it's an open ending. We can stay half hour, 40 minutes, 1 hour, whatever we want. We do have another one on Thursday. We ran a Let Us Meet survey. So this was when I supposedly had more people available to attend. And some of them may come in at the top of the hour, for example, like 15 minutes from now, because there was some people going back and forth. If you can, for everything that's been shared, like please help us retweet it and share it with your network, especially if it's Portuguese based person that can come to the meeting. But also these calls could be, for Marco, that maybe he's not sure if he's going to come to Lisbon, or for anyone else from the community. Okay, so that's why it makes sense to just make this a bigger initiative online. Then, yeah, you're aware of this. Marco, if you're not aware of this one, maybe you could sign up to the event and we'll add you on the Telegram chat. We've only been adding people to this group when we actually have them signed up to the event. Let me just get it on my other screen. But yeah, it's mostly a version of what we also get on Luma with things. There's a teaser here about something that we're preparing. I'm not sure if you guys had seen it. If you have any feedback, like I said, I've understood since the beginning that the day is quite long, from 9 to 6, almost, covering questions, and we want to have comfortable breaks that we can network. We're going to have these kinds of merch things. We're actually trying to reach out, and this is something that you could contribute to list projects that are in Europe or maybe even in Lisbon, like Clay Nation, that can drop us some merch or some kind of participation in the networking side of the event, because we're going to finish at around 6:30 and we have until 8 to leave the building. So we can do pitch contests, we can do whatever. Sebastian can have a few minutes to present his work. I could have a few minutes, even like, quick crossfire of ideas. So that's it for Telegram. And it's good that I'm covering these. That way, the next call, we can just jump in more into the debate, and whoever wants can see this. I'm going to publish it on YouTube as well. Yeah, we have this initiative as well around where can we promote our workshop. I created a Padlet, which is this nice board, but like I don't know what the platform is that has thumbs up and thumbs down ranking of things. But so we're gathering these, and then we're going to have volunteers. Me, I may be going to Lisbon on Friday, especially if this is not so much done. Sebastian is around there, Rafael is around there, so that's why we're gathering this, because some people are going to have flyers for the event, and let me try to show you them. 1 second. Here we go. So we created this beautiful flyer that we're planning to deliver, not just on the hotspots that already have Cardano awareness, but in the block, in any kind of place where people meet. For example, there's this place here on Wednesdays where this Based in Lisbon community meetup happens. For example, Sebastian, if you're around, if you want to come down and meet them, I would encourage you. We can set things up with Nuno, who's more on this side, to make sure you can grab some of these copies and take them there, or you just refer the Luma link somehow. But
okay. Can we share those graphics already? Not yet.
Yeah, well, it's a matter of like it's we're close enough to the event. We have autonomy to just decide. So what Nuno is planning to do is share this on socials. So what were you meaning to do?
I don't know about you, but probably you are already part of the Telegram groups of Web3 Lisbon subjects.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm part of many of them. At some point, I met, what was her name? Julia, I believe. She was a Web3 organizer.
Yes.
Event organizer. She lived here for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So she had me into a lot of groups. So I can just post there, like prepare a nice post and deliver in those groups.
Sure. That's exactly what we were trying to gather in this kind of sheet. So if you could do both, it could help inform even other initiatives that 45B promotes in the future. So if you could drop some links here for those chats, it would be great. Actually, even for all the members and participants, so we get to know a bit what you know. That Julia, was it Julia?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that she shared with you. What I was illustrating is what I've done so far on this one that I'm familiar with was really just share this kind of thing. And the Luma provides the image itself.
Yeah.
Do you think this is okay? Or
yeah, that looks good.
Okay, so I'm going to copy this text and I'm going to drop it on the chat, because that way, since it's online sharing, the link is more important than the fancy flyer with all the info.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, great stuff. So coming back out. So I think that covers, we've already covered everything that's on the updates there. So yeah, this ideas and help share. So here I'm just asking you guys to please retweet this on your socials, and dropping that on the actually it's the same link that I had on the message, because I want people to flow through here and to engage a bit with us. So that's it for that part. I'm gonna just move this aside and move this aside, and maybe we can leave that one and focus on there. So here, have you guys taken a look at the draft constitution?
Yes, I did.
There's also an online version of it. I'm gonna make sure I get the link. Does anyone want to, have you guys dropped any topics here that you want to start our topic on, or start discussing, start introducing? No?
Yeah. Well, I put 2 links there so we can have an understanding about the meaning of the separation of powers.
Yep.
So I myself not prepared in this kind of subjects, so it would be nice to have some like basic readings about politics, and yeah, that's why I put those links there. So maybe, because of course there's going to be people attending that with different levels of understanding about different things, like more on governance or more in blockchain, and how those subjects comes together into this new governance system. So I'm interested in that part.
Yeah, makes sense. And it's really interesting because on so many levels we are different than these models, although they're covering a bit, everything that there is. We're like trying to invent different ways of organizing. I'm not sure what exactly is what we could summarize out of this document. There's a bit here about the constitutional system.
Because are we having a kind of introduction that day? Is that set up by the person from Intersect, or is done by you, or we organize it together?
So what we have on the event is, where did I put it? It's really just a welcome and jumping onto the topics, I think. Let me just bring here. I've already planned some hours, so this would be at 9:30 in the morning. And then here, there's a bit of why we are here, purpose. I've been chatting with Robin, who's going to facilitate, and she has underlined that it's really important that we do this. I'm not sure how concrete and specific it's going to be about the Cardano governance, but I imagine it's going to give the type of context that you were thinking about, right?
Yeah.
This is probably more like, speak and listen and respect other people's time and all that. So yeah, eventually closer to the event, I'm going to share this in detail with everyone. And coming back here. Seeing this World War II reference here, and the executive power was, there was an enlargement of the executive power accelerated by World War II. So it's a bit interesting how easy times or hard times motivate governance to change. People care more, people are more stressed, people are more selfish in times of crisis, right? But it would be good if we could take a look at this one asynchronously and come back to it when we can actually summarize a bit this. Sorry, it's going into. We started with separation of powers. I'm not sure that's where we are.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's just the first part.
Okay.
It's kind of a definition of the concept, no more than that. Because what I think we need to go through is about this separation of powers. It's like we need to identify the bodies of power in Cardano, right? So we have the SPOs, the DREPs, the Constitutional Committee, ADA holders, and so on.
Mhm.
So with that in mind, we should like think what is the best way of keep them separated and how to avoid a conflict of interest or something like that.
I
But
was
of
checking.
course, I'm just guessing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's good. We just need to build on each other, right? I have a friend in Berlin, and I was just sending this to him, and realizing they have this linked for this infographic. So it could give us a bit like this, as you know, you're just talking about separation of powers between these players, and these are the players that we can think of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I'm not so knowledgeable about the Constitutional Committee. I've actually ran training for DREPs, so I'm DREP pioneer, and I'm a NIT holder and understand a bit this side. I think, does anyone want to speak a bit about the Constitutional Committee side? I know there's like 11 seats, 3 are from the founding entities or 5, and then there's 2 more.
I know the basics pretty much.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Mm.
And what about this kind of motion of no confidence and these kinds of situations? This basically is the type of governance actions that we can have. Do you think this will be also articulate a bit with the topic of separation of powers? Some people will be more affected by different types of, like, for example, hard forks will impact a lot the SPOs, and they are here acting on it, like voting on it. So that's maybe an angle where we can look at what this kind of action does and who gets to vote on it.
Mhm.
It's these kinds of things that I'm not going to say were defined for us somewhere, but in a way they were. Someone came up with this whole system governance model, and I think our job is a bit to try to review it, to provide a fresh pair of eyes, but also, like Sebastian was saying, to research a bit and to inspire from mistakes or history, right? So let's go back and zoom out. I'm going to drop this one on the Miro board because it's actually one interesting reference point. There.
Okay, so I just shared the message in all my groups, like Lisbon Web3 groups.
Yeah.
Let's see what happened.
Great. Okay, so I'm going to drop that one there as a main resource and try to groom it a bit so it's a bit prettier. Like, now that you know a bit like the model that we're doing in the call, does it make sense? Are you okay with like maybe researching some things or dropping them on the board for next?
Yeah, I haven't been following the constitution discussion for a long time. So I'm like listening and trying to figure out what the ecosystem is at right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm admittedly also just learning and exploring. Like I said, the DREP Pioneers thing that I did was very focused on DREPs and the reward systems, those kinds of things. Yeah, I can share that board as well. So I'm going to add a placeholder here for me to where can I drop that? I'm going to create a MISC topics there. This is like Miro is always very, very flexible. And I'm going to add the the rep board later. Is there any questions, Lars, that you want us to focus on, or like areas of things?
I don't think so in particular. I still haven't even finished reading the CIP.
Okay. Yeah, I really recommend that maybe looking at these kinds of info charts that we shared here could maybe put things more into perspective, because the CIP is probably quite texty, no?
Indeed.
So maybe let's take a quick look there. So I think there was the interim constitution, and now we have the draft constitution, which is the one we're going to cover. I'm just looking in my screens here for my notes. Bear with me a second. And so you were saying you were reading the CIP. I need to read the constitution from top to bottom still. And there was someone who created, let me try to find it in my materials sheet here. Here we go. Cardano Constitution. So because the PDF is not that comfortable when you're online, you could maybe look at it from this angle. And so I just wanted to bring it up because it's quite handy. But this one is still maybe not the final one. So we need to confirm. I think this one is the interim version. I'm not sure how different they are. But also we have this part here where you can browse. So different flavors of different things. Oh, what do we have here already? This one is the docs. This one. So I'm going to drop these in there.
Cool.
And especially the online one. I'm going to remove that little X thumbnail in a bit. Oops. So Marco, can you tell us a bit about your point of view for governance in terms of as an SPO?
I believe we lost Marco.
Oh, okay. It was, maybe he joined exactly because I shared it on the Cardano Lisboa chat. That's why he was a bit out of context, but hopefully he'll come back on future versions, future calls. Guys, any more thoughts for today?
I think I'm good. Actually, I have to jump off to another call.
And Las? Is it Las or Las? How do you prefer?
Sorry?
I'm fine with either.
Okay. Do you have any topics you want to focus on? Anything you want to raise?
No, not in particular still.
Okay. About the way we are going to work on the event, anything about the event at all?
I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward. We go, we talk, and that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But is there going to be like is the location? Does it have food? That's my biggest question.
Is the location what?
If it has food or not.
Yeah. We're still hiring catering, but we will have coffee breaks in the morning and in the afternoon and lunch. So yes is the short answer.
Okay, great. And then like what about dinner?
No, and we're not really including dinner. What the plan is, we have hired the room since morning until 8 p.m. and then we could, go a bit more into autopilot mode. The event finishes at 6:30 officially. We can stay in the room until 8 or maybe a bit more if the guys, kind and nice to us. We can just We still need to reset the room. The team is going to need to juggle some tables around. But it crossed my mind to organize. Maybe if you could help any other place close by. You know, in Lisbon, there's this big mall called Corte Inglés, close to Parque Eduardo VII. So we're going to be in Idea Spaces, which is just in front of El Corte Inglés. And like I said, after the event finishes at around 8, we can just hang out and go somewhere else for a bite or something like that.
Guys, I need to jump off now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pedro.
Cheers.
See you guys.
See you Thursday.
Thank you. Oh, is the next call happening on Thursday?
Yes. I dropped it. Are you on Telegram? On the Telegram group?
Yeah, I
we
mean,
have?
I'm on the Telegram, and both ones, both the Cardano Lisbon one and the constitutional one.
Yeah. So on this one, I dropped there a link, a message, and it's pinned. So the simplest way to navigate this is always go for the pin ones. So this one, I'm going to pin actually this one now. And there you have descriptively all the dates and times that you can sign up for Luma. Can you see it?
Great, thank you. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I think it was a nice first draw at this, and I'm gonna try to do a bit asynchronously, drop more things on the chat, and carry on next call.
Great.
Okay.
Well, we'll talk again then.
Yeah. Yeah. Come by and bring more
I
topics.
hope more people join next time.
Yes. Yeah. We basically need to make some noise on Telegram, and I was actually DMing some people, as you probably noticed. So it's tricky. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm missing something, but Telegram is the only place I'm reaching out to people, and then there's the emails, which are more asynchronous. But can you think
you
of?
can also write it on Twitter.
We did do a tweet. Let me check. But are you saying DM people on Twitter or?
No, I mean like just tweet out general.
Yeah. So
I
there's
don't
this.
think people look at Twitter DMs that much.
Yeah. So there's this one. I can send it to you. Are you on there? Are we connected here?
On Twitter?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm on Twitter. It's just my name and then 6 underscores. It's kind of, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, LAS and then 6 underscores. If you search for me, I don't come up for some reason, but if you just use my handle directly, I come up.
You were able to hack Twitter. I can't really find you, but I'll look it
Yeah,
up.
it's kind of confusing. It doesn't want to show me. I posted the chat though. I mean, you can.
Oh, here we go.
if you want.
There we go. Okay.
I wonder if I'm just shadow banned or something, and I haven't noticed. Maybe that's why no one responds to my posts. My
I'm not
tweets.
sure. Not sure at all. I'll send you the tweet. Maybe you can retweet it to get more engagement for next time. And I'll see you then.
Thank you. See you next time. Thank you.
Take care, mate. Bye.